All right, Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th, 1941, take two. So the Japanese at this point in the morning, 8:30 on, are absolutely decimating Pearl Harbor. The Arizona has been blasted to bits. All 1,500 souls on the ship are lost. And a torpedo had been dropped on the Arizona, went right down into the smokestack, which broke through the floorboards and went into the powder magazine, blew the ship apart with its own ammunition. Okay? 1,500 soldiers gruesomely blown to bits. USS West Virginia gets hit. I think it's Nevada or the Nebraska. Tries to port out of Pearl Harbor, and the Japanese are trying to blast that to bits to clog up the entrance to Pearl with their own ship. So they take that ship and they beach it, all right, and continue to pound Pearl Harbor until about 10 o'clock in the morning, 9:30, 10 o'clock. It was like a 90-minute attack on Pearl. Some of the pilots, when they ran out of torpedoes and ammunition, they just crashed into the ships. They were the kamikaze pilots, and that was considered a big honor. The Mitsubishi airplane that they used was not very heavily armored, okay? Nothing near the American planes as far as armament, but they weren't designed for survival. They were designed as a suicide mission because of the culture, and they really fared a lot better than they had expected as far as the loss of men compared to the thousands of American lives that they cost that morning. So, on the USS, I always get it confused. I'm going to say it's West Virginia. There were three sailors: Clifford Olds, 20 years old, Ronald Endicott, 18, and Lewis Buddy Costin, who had been sailors on the West Virginia, which had been hit by a series of torpedoes and BOMBS. Okay? Now, the War Department sent their family after the attack on Pearl. The War Department sent their families messages about their demise and their sorrow and sadness and condolences. But the fact of the matter was, these men were still alive. They were alive. How do you say that, Pop Pop? The ship that they were in, the USS West Virginia, had rolled over. It's upsetting for me, I'm sorry. The USS West Virginia, after being hit multiple times, rolled over and trapped these men in a storage room that had enough air and supplies that when they finally found the bodies, more than 2 weeks later, the men had been checking off the days waiting for rescue. They had been marking off the days on the wall. And those poor men went for 16 days trapped and entombed in the USS West Virginia young men, 18 years old, 20-year-old men, and their lives were already at an end, and they found the bodies huddled together because the conundrum was that the WAR department had to fix those ships, turn them over and refloat them and send them out into battle.